Okay, so you're moving up in the world, huh? You're thinking about that next big job, maybe a promotion, or even just feeling more confident in your everyday life.
Well, we've got something really important to dive into today, something that can make a huge difference in every aspect of your life, really. We're talking about soft skills.
Yeah, and we've been going through a ton of research, some really fascinating stuff, and it all points to one thing. These skills are way more vital than most people realize.
Exactly. And we're going to break down why these skills are so crucial, not just some nice-to-haves, but real game changers for you.
Absolutely. We're talking about how they can open up a whole world of opportunities, whether it's landing that dream job, building stronger relationships, or just feeling more confident in yourself.
Because soft skills, they're not just about being a people person. It goes way deeper than that.
So let's get down to it. What exactly are we talking about when we say soft skills?
Well, think of them as the personal qualities that make you a better collaborator, a better communicator. They're the skills that help you navigate any situation, whether it's a team project at work or a tough conversation with a friend.
And how do they actually differ from those hard skills we always hear about?
Good point. Hard skills are those technical, job-specific abilities, like coding or accounting or graphic design, right?
Right.
Soft skills complement those. They're about how you interact, how you problem solve, how you adapt. Things like communication, teamwork, leadership. And it's amazing.
What's that?
They're applicable across all areas of your life, no matter what you do or where you are in your journey. These skills are essential.
Okay, so based on all this research we've been poring over, which soft skills are we going to focus on today?
Well, we've got a pretty solid lineup. We're going to cover communication, teamwork, problem solving, adaptability.
Okay, those are already pretty big.
They are, but there's more. We'll also look at time management and leadership.
Wow, that's quite the repertoire.
It is. But trust me, each one of these is crucial. Let's start with something that's probably top of mind for a lot of our listeners. Employability. How do soft skills impact your chances of getting hired?
Okay, yeah, that's a big one.
Huge. Picture this. Two candidates, both with stellar resumes, applying for the same job. Their qualifications look identical on paper.
Okay, I'm following.
But then they walk into the interview room. One candidate maybe stumbles a bit, isn't quite clear about their past experiences.
And the other?
The other candidate is articulate, explains their teamwork experience with concrete examples. They even outline how they approach problem solving, confidently and clearly. Who do you think stands out?
Well, obviously the second candidate.
All right.
But is that really how much of a difference soft skills can make?
Oh, absolutely. Time and time again, employers say that soft skills are non-negotiable. They see them as essential for business growth. You see, it's all connected. Well, think about it. Someone who can communicate clearly, that reduces misunderstandings, avoids costly errors in projects, and that directly leads to better efficiency and a smoother workflow.
So clear communication is like a superpower for any team.
It really is. And then there's teamwork. When everyone is on the same page, actively listening, giving constructive feedback, projects get done faster, sometimes even 15% faster. That's a huge boost in productivity.
Wow, that's a significant impact.
It is. And what about problem solving? Those unexpected obstacles that pop up in every project. A skilled problem solver can navigate those, keeping things on track and within budget.
So it's not just about avoiding problems, it's about knowing how to deal with them effectively.
Exactly, and that's where these soft skills come in.
And for our listeners, it means that the effort they put into developing these skills directly translates into better job opportunities.
Absolutely. It makes you a more valuable asset, plain and simple. But let's not forget, soft skills aren't just about getting a job. They're just as crucial in your personal life.
That's an interesting point. How do they play a role there?
Well, it's about building strong, healthy relationships with everyone around you. Your family, your friends, even casual acquaintances.
I see. So it's not just about work colleagues.
Not at all. Think about it. Good communication is the foundation of any strong relationship. It's about being able to express your feelings openly and also to listen and understand the other person's perspective.
Makes sense. And what about emotional intelligence? How does that fit in?
Emotional intelligence is about being in tune with your own emotions and also being able to recognize and understand the emotions of others.
So it's like having a deeper understanding of both yourself and the people you interact with.
Exactly. And that leads to more empathy, stronger connections, and less conflict overall.
And when conflicts do arise, how can soft skills help?
That's where conflict resolution skills are key. It's about being able to handle disagreements constructively. So instead of letting a small disagreement escalate into a big fight, you can address the issue calmly find common ground, and move forward.
So it's about turning a potentially negative situation into a positive learning experience.
Exactly. And you know what? All these things, the communication, the emotional intelligence, the conflict resolution, they all contribute to something else that's really important.
What's that?
Your confidence.
Confidence. How so?
Think about it. How often do you feel nervous or anxious before a big presentation or maybe even just striking up a conversation with someone new?
Oh, all the time. I think that's pretty common.
It is. It is. But here's where the magic of practicing soft skills comes in. The more you work on your communication, the more comfortable you become speaking in front of others, the more that nervousness starts to fade away.
So it's like any other skill. The more you practice, the more confident you become.
Exactly. And that confidence spills over into every area of your life.
In what way?
Well, it gives you the courage to go for that promotion, to connect with new people. It helps you achieve your goals, both personal and professional. And it all comes back to those core soft skills.
So improving soft skills isn't just about being a better worker or teammate. It's about becoming a more confident and successful person overall.
Absolutely. And there's another aspect we discovered that I found super interesting. It's the connection between soft skills and improving your English language skills.
Oh, that is interesting. How are they linked?
Well, think about it. When you practice communication in English, you naturally expand your vocabulary.
Right, you're exposed to new words and phrases all the time.
Exactly. And you also develop a better understanding of sentence structure and how to express yourself clearly and fluently.
So it's like hitting two birds with one stone. You're working on your communication skills and improving your English at the same time.
Precisely. And for those who might feel a bit shy or self-conscious about speaking English, this is where soft skills training can be really empowering.
How so?
Because it shifts the focus away from just perfect grammar to effective communication.
So it's not just about speaking perfectly. It's about getting your message across clearly.
Exactly. And that can be incredibly motivating.
It takes the pressure off. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Communication, teamwork, confidence. What else is on our list?
Leadership. This is a big one. And sometimes there's this misconception that leadership is only for people in management positions.
Right, like you have to have a certain title to be a leader.
Exactly. But our research showed that leadership is much broader than that.
In what way?
Well, it's about taking initiative, inspiring others, guiding discussions. You can be a leader in your community, in your social circles, even in your family.
So leadership is more about a mindset and a set of skills rather than a formal position.
Precisely. And when you break down the qualities of great leaders, guess what you find?
What?
Soft skills. It all circles back.
So.
Well, think about it. Inspiring and motivating others. That's communication. Solving problems effectively and calmly. That's problem solving and adaptability. Handling tough conversations with empathy. That's a whole range of soft skills coming together.
So basically, leadership is all about those human-centric skills we've been talking about.
Absolutely. By honing your soft skills, you become a more influential and respected individual. And that opens up so many possibilities, regardless of your job title.
Okay, so we've covered leadership. What's next on our soft skills agenda?
Time management. Something I think we can all relate to, right?
Oh yeah, big time. Feeling overwhelmed, struggling to meet deadlines. It's a constant battle.
And this is where those soft skills come in again.
Really? How so?
Well, think about time management and organization as crucial soft skills. When you learn to prioritize tasks, set realistic goals, and manage your time efficiently, your productivity skyrockets and your stress levels plummet.
So it's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter.
Exactly. Being organized and managing your time effectively gives you a huge advantage. It allows you to stay on top of things and avoid that constant feeling of being overwhelmed.
Okay, so time management, checked. Anything else on our soft skills list?
One more big one. Adaptability. In a world that's constantly changing, this skill is becoming more and more vital.
You're right. New technologies, new jobs, unexpected challenges. It seems like things are always in flux.
They are. And that's why being adaptable is crucial. It's about being able to adjust to new situations, to learn new things quickly, to stay calm under pressure.
So it's about rolling with the punches and not letting change throw you off course.
Exactly. And the great thing is, adaptability is also tied to those underlying soft skills.
How so?
Well, think about someone who's starting a new job. They might need to learn new software quickly. That requires asking good questions, which is part of communication.
Right.
And then there might be unexpected technical issues, which would be stressful. But being adaptable means staying calm, not panicking. That's where emotional regulation comes in. And finally, they might need to collaborate with colleagues to find solutions, which again brings in teamwork and problem solving.
So it's like a whole package of soft skills that help you navigate those uncertain situations.
Exactly. By developing your adaptability, you become more resilient and better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way.
Okay, so we've talked about all these amazing benefits of soft skills, but how can our listeners actually start developing them? That's the million-dollar question.
And luckily, our research provided some really practical advice.
Okay, let's hear it. What are some tangible steps people can take?
Well, first and foremost, daily practice.
Practice what?
Communication. And for those working on their English, speaking in English as much as possible, even if it's just for 15, 20 minutes a day.
So it's about making it a habit.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everyone does. It's part of the learning process.
What else?
Immersing yourself in English content. Reading books, watching movies, listening to podcasts.
Oh, yeah, that's a fun way to learn.
It is. It helps you expand your vocabulary, improve your comprehension, and pick up on those nuances of the language.
Great advice. Anything else?
Actively engaging in conversations. Whether it's with friends, family, or colleagues, the more you practice speaking, the more confident and fluent you'll become.
So put yourself out there.
Yes. And if you're looking for more structured learning, there are tons of online courses that focus on communication and leadership skills.
Oh, that's a good resource.
It is. And finally, don't underestimate the power of observation.
Observation.
Yeah, pay attention to people you admire for their communication or leadership style. See what they do, how they interact, and try to incorporate those techniques into your own approach.
So learn from the best.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, it's clear that soft skills are essential for success, not just in your career, but in every aspect of your life.
We've seen how they lead to better job opportunities, stronger relationships, and a greater sense of confidence.
And for those on their English learning journey, they can be a powerful tool for language improvement as well.
Absolutely.
So our challenge to you today is to start putting these ideas into practice. Make a conscious effort to improve your communication, build your confidence, and develop those key soft skills.
Start small, be consistent, and you'll be amazed at the positive changes you'll experience.
And as a final thought to ponder, think about this. Which specific soft skill, if you were to focus on improving it right now, would have the biggest impact on your life?
Identifying that one key area can be a game changer.
It's a great starting point for your personal and professional growth.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See you then.